do a quick video on my thoughts about Donald Trump and his handling of basically the insurrection that's engulfing this country little by little as our cities are being burnt to the ground. I think it sucks. I think he had promised to deploy the military and enact the Insurrection Act, which he is more than capable of doing. On Twitter, I even actually asked President or former President George W. Bush to explain it to him, being that he does have complete control over the Insurrection Act, and he can enact it, and he can deploy the United States military to defend this country against the insurgents that are slowly killing us. They're destroying our country. But I want to talk more about Donald Trump's deluded idea that there is no racial issue in this country. Or not even that he thinks there is a racial issue, but he thinks he's as brainwashed as the rest of everybody because he's an idiot. He's not a very bright person. So he believes that the race issue in this country is the one that is basically stated by the media, and that's wrong. It's not correct, and I'm going to leave links to show these things. But the thing is, he does not understand that the real race problem in this country is the overt racism of all non-whites, but blacks in particular, against white people. And the idea that you can just kill white people and you can treat white people any way you want because that's what we deserve for what our ancestors allegedly did. And that's the case. Now I'm going to leave a link in the description of the black Hebrew Israelites getting their feet kissed by a white man and a white woman, although I think the white man's a little Jewy, but I'm not sure on that one. But there's more. I mean, and the thing is, I'm going to leave a link to a video. It's a news broadcast with a black anchor woman, because that adds authenticity, that explains, who's killing the black people in this country. It's not white men, and it's not the police. It's black people. And I'm going to leave a link to a Tucker Carlson clip where he goes through all of the black deaths in the country at the hands of police over the past year, and it's not that many. And he explains what it is and who's charged and who isn't. But obviously white men are more likely to be killed by police than blacks per capita. And it's just ridiculous. The thing is, even if George Floyd was murdered in cold blood, which again, I don't necessarily think he was, I do think the police should have used better discretion with how they dealt with it, which probably would have resulted in him, staying alive, and I do think that there should be some charges that stick. I think there will be, actually. But the fact of the matter is, you have to understand, even if the dude was murdered in cold blood, at what point do you realize that killing innocent people, and innocent black people, a lot of black people are getting murdered in these things, but at what point do you realize murdering people, burning cities to the ground, and looting is not the way to honor somebody's death? Now me, I'm not naive. I know what this is about. This is what I said in my first video on this. This is these people behaving like they always have and like they always will. I did like, and I'm going to leave a link to a video Jared Taylor made about this when it first happened in Minneapolis. The problem is that what needs to happen, and it's exactly what the Nation of Islam and some other people want, what needs to happen is separation. Blacks need to be able to pursue their own destiny in their own world without the interference of white people. That's the answer. And white people need to have the sense to understand that they're not that into us. And that's all for this video.